Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Nonfiat, and today I'm here to talk about the Lost Relics Halloween 2022 event. Rather than going over the details of what Cliff has posted in his Medium article like I've done in my past LR event videos, I wanted to talk about strategy guides that players can use when they're grinding the Halloween 2022 event. So without further ado, let's get right into this content and let's start talking strategies. So before I go over the strategies that I have in place for how you should properly grind the Halloween event, let's start talking about the details surrounding the Halloween event. It's said that the event will start on November 1st and it will end on November 15th. Similar to last year, the premise is that you want to find pumpkins and you want to open these pumpkins for exclusive Halloween blockchain or virtual items. You can also collect creepy coins, which you can then cash in at Darth Rocket's shop for Halloween exclusive virtual and blockchain items. There's a couple of new mechanics that are here in the Halloween event that weren't here in last year's Halloween event, and those are a boss battle with a boss named Conqueron. There's the LR Slenderbone competition, and then finally there's event exclusive armor. So I'll talk a little bit more about those details as I talk about the 4 strategy guides that I have available for players to look at while they're looking to grind the Lost Relics Halloween event. And here they are. So first strategy is to grind for pumpkins. Second strategy is to enter the LR Slenderbone competition. Third is to grind boss battles, and last, you can do marketplace PvP. So let's talk about the first strategy, which is grinding for pumpkins. Grinding for pumpkins entails 2 parts really. The first part is to sell. You want to go into dungeons and grind them for pumpkins. You want to sell these pumpkins for gold, and the reason is, if you're a new user or even an old user, you're probably looking to build up a nice gold stash in order to do certain things with that gold, right? So it's an easy gold farming tactic that you can use exclusively only during Lost Relics events. So get it while you can for these next 2 weeks if you're looking to build up a nice gold stash value. So what can you do with your gold? Well, I have 6 things here that you can do with gold. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section if there's additional things that you can do with your gold that you think is worth during the Lost Relics event. First, you can work on your production skills. So you can purchase virtual resources in the Emporium, and you can use them to work on your production skills after the event is over. Next, you can purchase consumables or relics. You can purchase chests or nests if you feel like you want to gamble on some loot boxes. You can also purchase boss summoning tokens, which is part of the next strategy I have here. You can also purchase pendants, because let's be honest, there are people that like to purchase pendants for gold just because they're free to play players within the Lost Relics realm. And finally, you can hodl your gold for the future. So now let's talk about the next strategy in terms of grinding for pumpkins. You can grind pumpkins and you can hodl them and open them. So what this means is you're going to do the same method as I said in the previous slide where you grind dungeons for pumpkins, but except rather than selling them for gold, you're going to open your pumpkins for unique items. Pumpkins are like loot boxes in terms of the LR event. Open these pumpkins at your own will. Because let's be honest, RNG is RNG. There's a couple strats as to how you want to open your pumpkins. You might want to hold about 1,000 pumpkins and open them all in one go. That's a possible strategy. Or you might just want to open up 5 or 6 pumpkins as you exit each dungeon run, right? There's no real strategy on how to open your pumpkins because RNG is RNG. It's possible that someone opens up 5 pumpkins and gets 2 blockchain items, while somebody opens up 100 pumpkins and only gets 1 blockchain item, right? So that's why I say open at your own will, because if you're like frustrated that you didn't get anything after opening thousands of pumpkins, again, RNG is RNG. So what can you get from pumpkins? Well, you can get creepy coins, you can get title scrolls, you can get Halloween exclusive virtual items, Halloween exclusive blockchain items, and even the Summoner's Silver token, which I'll be talking about shortly. So with that being said, let's talk about our next strategy, which is grinding the LR Slenderbone competition. This is a new event that has been implemented this year, and that is you want to grind dungeons to kill Slenderbones. Slenderbones are a unique undead monster that are going to be popping up in various dungeons. You want to become a top 10 Slenderbone killer if you wish to enter this competition. The reason you want to become a top 10 Slenderbone killer is because you'll be rewarded with a unique tradable chest. The way this will work is that the first place prize winner will be able to select the first chest, second place will be able to pick the second chest that they want, so forth and so on until you get 10th place, who's left with the last chest readily available. Now, the tips here for if you want to grind the LR Slenderbone competition is do your own research on the maps for Slenderbone count, because people will be looking to see which map has the most Slenderbones. You want to grind the dungeon you can finish the fastest, because let's be honest, just because if it's possible that a Transcendent map has the most Slenderbones, you don't want to grind that map if you have epic weapons and relics, because it might take you a lot longer to finish out that map versus if you were to do a map like Venom Desert that you could finish a lot faster. You might be able to end up equivalating the number of Slenderbones that a person that's grinding a Transcendent map is grinding, right? So that's why you want to grind dungeons that you can finish the fastest. Finally, it's a marathon, not a sprint, which means you have over 2 weeks to rack up the number of Slenderbones that you want to kill. So make sure you pace yourself and don't grind yourselves down to the bone. No pun intended. Anyways, with that being said, let's now talk about the next strategy, which is grinding boss battles. Again, there's going to be a unique boss known as Conqueron, and the premise here is that you have to have the Summoner Servers tokens in order to be able to get summoned into a unique dungeon area where you can kill the boss Conqueron. So how do you obtain Summoner Server tokens? Well, you can do so by getting them from pumpkins, or you can buy them from the Emporium. Again, this is kind of where you're kind of thinking you have all that gold that you got from selling all your pumpkins. You might just want to go ahead and just buy Summoner Server tokens just to grind boss battles. So there's a little bit of synergy there, right? Where you're using one strategy to be able to use another strategy. You sell pumpkins for gold, start buying some Summoner Server tokens, and grind boss battles. That's a strategy that you can use if you wish to. Now, why grind boss battles? Well, because you have the chance of receiving unique loot, like creepy coins, Halloween exclusive virtuals, and blockchain items that are different from what you would normally get from pumpkins. So even if you open pumpkins and get virtual and blockchain items, you're not going to get all the LR exclusive Halloween items. You'd have to either buy, or you'd have to face off Conqueron to get all the LR exclusive items in this event. So with that being said, let's now talk about the next strategy I have here, which is Marketplace PvP. This is the last strategy I have, which kind of sounds weird because you're like, this has nothing to do with the event, so why even mention it? Well, the reason is that the Marketplace PvP is something that happens during every event. And I'm talking Christmas, Easter, last Halloween. Marketplace PvP is such a huge thing because what typically happens is you have one of these scenarios go down, which is the price of virtual resources go down, the price of virtual relics go down, and the price of penance go down. This behavior happens because people look to build up liquid gold in order to purchase pumpkins, or purchasing some other item, in this case the Summoner Servers token. So when you have that sort of activity happen, you might want to have some gold readily available to pick these items up. Now, the reason you want to pick these items up is because you want to buy items low during the event and sell items high after the event. In this case, I have an example here. There was this item called Frosty Delight, which is a virtual rare relic that replenishes a lot of energy in a short span of time. I'm talking 75% instant energy restoration. This item was selling for 30 to 40k during the event. And when I say during the event, I mean the Christmas event that occurred last year. And now that item in a span of 10 months has gone from 30 to 40k to 300k. That's 10 months for a 10x. Like, how crazy is that? So that's why I mentioned Marketplace PvP. This is a strategy guide if you're looking to flip some items and make a lot of gold. So just consider it if you're looking to pursue the strategy. Last but not least, the last thing I like to talk about is, what is non-fiat strategy? I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, oh man, this man must be going crazy. He's going to open a lot of pumpkins. Nope. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to be grinding pumpkins and selling them for gold. The reason I want to do this personally is because I believe in the longevity of the game personally, and I need to build up my gold stash in order to see and pursue that vision of my longevity within Lost Relics. It's easy. It's easy for me to get gold if I were to do bounties, but I kind of want to have gold to be able to do Marketplace PvP and hold certain items because I love hoarding items. And also I want to work on production skills. So that's kind of my strategy. If you have more questions on my strategy, please be sure to tune into my Twitch, which I'll include a link in the description below. And last but not least, now that we've covered all 4 strategy guides that I have for the LR Halloween event, I'd like to say thanks so much for checking out my Lost Relics strategy guide for how to grind the LR Halloween event. I very much appreciate it. If you guys enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, please be sure to check out my Twitch and Twitter. I'm going to be streaming the Lost Relics Halloween event, so please be sure to stop by and let me know how I did in this video. Please be sure to also like and comment, as I greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, if you guys have anything else to say, please be sure to leave it in the comment section below. Thanks again, and have a great rest of your day.